This is a reading for Leo for the month of October. So first of all, a good shuffle. If you leave a comment, then I will reply with a free Law of Attraction Oracle card reading within 24 hours. Also, don't forget to subscribe, press the bell icon for instant notification. Don't forget to like and to share. There's also links if you'd like to buy me a coffee or for a personal reading. So let's just lay down your 10 cards on the table and just focus around your energy. Okay, the first thing I get here is that you're being pulled two ways around a situation. Okay, you're not sure which way to go. Okay, I do sense you being at some type of crossroads here. It could well be that your mind wants to let go and move forward, but your heart keeps pulling you back. Okay, I'm also sensing you've got a lot on your plate as well. You know, it's like you get something sorted and then something else crops up. You try to get that sorted and then something else crops up, and so it goes on. Also sense you may have a lot of ideas here, and you try to do one thing and then you jump to another, and then you kind of sort of get overwhelmed and you end up kind of sort of doing nothing. Okay, and it's just causing all this confusion here for you. Okay, it's making you feel very unsettled. It's making you feel very uncertain here. Okay, the path is there. The path is waiting for you. You know, it's like the yellow brick road, just taking you towards what you need. And then once you get what you need, then there's a strong sense of you getting what you want here. Okay, it's nearly time as well. I'm being drawn to this clock here. It's very frustrating. Okay, you're looking for answers. Okay, you may feel that you keep failing. Okay, but each time you fail, it's like one step closer to actually succeeding here. Okay, the worst thing is not to try at all or to give up completely, but what I sense here with you is that you're extremely determined. Okay, you're like a dog with a bone sometimes. Okay, yes, there are times when you do step back and you don't do anything, but then you just start up again. Okay, you don't give up permanently. Okay, but there will be kind of times when you kind of sort of back off and you kind of sort of work on stuff or work on yourself. Okay, and then you kind of sort of come back, get back on the road if you like, but that road is waiting for you. It's just in front of you. Okay, but you can't get on that road until you kind of sort out this issue between your heart and your mind, this like inner conflict. Yeah, this is where you're at. You've kind of got your hand to your face here. Okay, there's a lot of discontent here. You know, discontent within your present situation. You know, on paper, you know, it may seem good. You know, if you label everything, you know, you may be in a relationship or you may have a good job. You may have finances. But if you go a bit deeper than that, there's a strong sense of discontent. There's a strong sense of unhappiness here around your situation. You've come to realise that this hasn't brought you happiness. And in fact, I meant to say, as I saw that road, there's no road to happiness. But the good news is that the road is happiness, or the road should be happiness. Yeah, so it's like finding that happiness within yourself for just being you. Yeah, and once you find that, then everything around you just kind of sort of just fills in. Okay, so it's like situations where people can't make you permanently happy. I mean, they can for a while, but if something goes wrong, then you haven't got your own like inner happiness to kind of sort of draw back on. Okay. There's also something here about someone is planning their next move here as well, because these kind of look like chess pieces here. Yeah, someone is contemplating something here. Yeah, you felt trapped. Okay, you are trapped within your present situation. Okay, there's a lot going on here. I do see this bandage around your head, and there's a strong sense of these like sort of psychological hurts. You've been through so much. Just look at the card. You've got these sticks in the ground which appear like the bars to a prison. Okay, but it is reversed. So it's kind of like this kind of sort of reversed energy. You've taken a stick, you've created this gap here. There is a way forward around this situation. There is a way out, if you like. Okay, but you need to take a sort of leap of faith, and it's saying it's in your hands. It's not in anybody else's hands here. It's in your hands, and it's very much about you taking back your power, you taking back control, and then you can just walk through that gap forward. There's been a lot of overthinking here. Okay, your mind has been racing. You've been feeling very frustrated, but it's like this shift. Yeah, so rather than living in your mind, there's a strong sense of you starting to put things into action here. Okay, I do sense there's been a lot of support around you, but perhaps too much support. But I also feel support in the sense of some unhealthy habits. When I say unhealthy habits, it could be something like looking too much at social media, watching too much TV, eating too much, drinking too much, that kind of thing. Okay, like sort of distractions. But there's a strong sense of you moving away from that. There's a time and a place for all of those things, but not constantly, not overindulgence. And it's like you step back, instead of looking too much at social media, you kind of look at yourself more, and you look at what needs to be done, and then you get things done because you don't kind of sort of waste your time looking too much at TV or social media or just doing nothing. You actually do something with that time. You become more efficient. This is what I get here. Something comes to light here. Yeah, because the way it's been, it's like you haven't been able to see the wood for the trees. Okay, you felt bogged down here. Okay, you haven't been able to see a way forward. Okay, but there's a strong sense of you stepping back here. Seeing the bigger picture, seeing what needs to be done, and then there's going to be this breakthrough coming up for you. Because the way it's been, it's like you've had a plant and you keep watering it just over and over again. You keep going back to it, just doing the same thing. It becomes boring. It's like you've been stuck, for so long. You haven't kind of like developed things, but the way things are looking as you move forward is that you are going to start looking at other stuff, and you are going to start to take some action. You've got lots of good ideas, and it's like you're going to put them into action here. Yeah, there's a lot of unhappiness here at home, I feel. There's something here about shattered dreams. It's not living up to your expectations. Okay, on the surface it all looks good. It sounds good with what's going on here. It's like the idea of something, but actually deep down inside there's a lot of unhappiness, there's a lot of uncertainty here. Okay, there's also a strong feeling of looking back to some bad memories here, I get. Okay, stuff which went wrong, stuff which caused you a lot of kind of sort of distress. It's like it's all coming to the surface. But that's not such a bad thing, because as it comes to the surface, you can process it. It doesn't stay dormant within yourself. You kind of sort of process it as you face up to yourself, and then new things will open up for you. Yeah, the advice here, quite clearly actually, it's to focus on the abundance. Okay, I know these kind of things are easier said than done, but if you can tip the balance more to the abundance rather than the lack, then you start to build up your confidence. It's very much common sense actually, because it builds up your energy, your confidence, your motivation, and then you take some kind of action here. There is some good news on the way around financial matters. So it could be improvements around work or some kind of settlement. You're going to be receiving some money here. This is what I'm getting. I'm also feeling you're going to be reading up on something practical as well, learning something practical. But right now around you, it's like you let go of something, and then in letting go, you allow what's yours to come in. Okay, it's like, this stagnation, holding on to something. You've been like a dog with a bone, But it's like you get rid of that bone and you find like a bone but with meat on it. Okay, something much better. But it's kind of taken that leap of faith here. I mean, this is a perfect scene here. You know, this is really what you want within your heart. So it could well be you've settled for second best, or not exactly what you want. Okay, but this is the perfect scene. But you fear, that nothing's going to change. You know, if you walk away from a situation, you just fear that you kind of sort of have the best, perhaps. You know, you kind of stuck within your situation. But the feeling here is that something comes to light here, which gives you more clarity, and you kind of sort of walk away from the situation, and then you find that happiness which you've been looking for. It's like this happiness within yourself. Don't get me wrong, there will still be problems on the outside, but because you have that inner happiness, you're able to kind of like resolve things just like that. Nothing is hidden, everything comes to light here. Yeah, very positive card to finish on. It kind of shows you shifting from your heart into your mind. So it could well be you've been wearing your heart on your sleeve. Someone's been taking advantage of your good nature, taking you for granted. But it's like you take back your power here. Your mind is very much in control. Okay, you gain that laser sharp focus. Okay, you go towards what you want. Okay, don't forget to leave a comment. If you leave a comment, then I will reply with a free Law of Attraction card reading within 24 hours. There's also a link if you'd like to buy me a coffee or for a personal reading, and don't forget to subscribe and to share.